Dave, when we looked at this offseason, one of the big questions I think from a lot of fans is and when is Teoscar Hernandez going to be back in Dodger blue? Well, the news is now official today. Just what does it mean to you to be bringing a guy like Teoscar back?
Just another guy who's consistent with production, consistent with his attitude, and focus on winning. And so it is amazing when you get out into the community and how many fans really adore him, appreciate the way he plays the game. So we got him for 3 more years.
He's coming off of a spectacular season. When you think about just the success that he had this past year, were there any things that you kind of learned from whether how he goes about, how he plays the game, the additions he made to this team? What do you kind of take away from his season?
I think the main thing is, for a manager, what you look for is you know what you're going to get. And I think with Teo, you know what you're going to get, and that's just the consistency. His highs were really good and very consistent, and the lows were very small. And he just kind of finds a way not to dig himself too big of holes and fight through it. And he shows up, he posts, he plays every day essentially, and he has a knack for getting big hits.
With this offseason, especially with this free agency, you all have been adding some really key pieces. Of course, there's the news of Blake Snell. Now we've got Teoscar Hernandez as well as Michael Conforto. When you look at the outfield, the plan for 2025, what is it going to look like, especially with Michael and Teoscar?
Yeah, I think right now you can look at the corners, and right field is Teo's natural position, so to expect to see him in right field on opening day is very feasible, plausible, and to see Michael Conforto in left field where he feels really comfortable there makes a lot of sense. And then so as far as center field, I think we got to kind of figure out some things in center field, but we got some very good candidates.
Now that it's officially 2025, when does the planning kind of start for you all as you start looking at, spring training is a month away now, which is crazy to think. Then this team will be going off to Japan to start the regular season. When do things really start getting going for you?
Well, I think that now with this signing and obviously the signings that you mentioned, the roster starts to really look like it's going to be. So there's a lot of scratch paper and pencil right now and seeing how the lineup will look, how the roster looks. Things always seem to change, but it is crazy. Now the calendar has turned and we're a little bit outside of a month from reporting to Arizona for spring training.
Yeah, it's crazy to think. Well, enjoy this, last 35 or so days? Not that I'm counting, but enjoy the rest of your off season, Dave, and thank you so much.
Thanks, Kirsten.